Welcome.
Thank you.
I guess most people in this room don't really know who you are. So let's start by asking you, who are you, what do you do?
Okay. My name is Imad. I am 37 years old. I am the CEO of Däckline in Helsingborg. We have 3 different brands for wheels. Yes?
So Däckline, how big are you? How long have you been with the company?
I started 2007, directly after high school. And we start from basically normal tire shop. And today we have big e-commerce in 3 different countries with 3 wheel brands that is our own.
How much revenue do you make?
This year we will do about 95 to 100. Last year we did about 79. So each year we have grown between 10 to 20% the last years.
How many tires?
We sell about 25,000 tires and 20,000 wheels.
Nice. You've been there for a long time now, but you didn't really found the company. You didn't start the company.
No.
So how was that? How did you end up in the company, and how did the company start?
Okay. My uncle started this company like a normal tire shop, like very traditional shop. And after I finished high school, he asked me if I can help him temporarily, just a couple of months, so he can go to the vacation. And I want to be a police officer. So I said, sure, we can help you like 2-3 months, and then I have a couple of months to do the study. And since then, we have worked together. We was in franchising Däckline. Däckline at that time was huge. They was the first in the market to do the tire business on the e-commerce. Nobody had done it before. And we start from there. We was working with Däckline about 7 years before they decided to kick everybody out and let everybody to be connected to Däckline instead.
And was that at the point where you decided, okay, now we do our own e-commerce, or had you already started your own e-commerce before? So that was kind of the kickstart for the e-commerce.
100%.
How was e-commerce at that stage, at that time? Was it easy? Was it hard?
I didn't have any background at all for e-commerce. Like I was playing some games maybe once a month, but I didn't have any background. So that was very hard for us to understand how the e-commerce works and to find good suppliers for the wheels and to connect everything by your own, because you didn't have anything. So you was learning everything step by step. That was really hard.
Can you give some concrete examples? Like what mistakes did you do at that stage? I like examples.
For the e-commerce or for the wheels?
First.
For the e-commerce,
yeah.
To find a good supplier. That was one of the biggest things, to really try to find somebody that can help us to build the e-commerce, because you can find Shopify or anything like that, but to put your registration number and then it will pop up products that fit your cars. That was the hardest thing.
Yeah, so there was no ready solution.
No. Even by today, you have some small solutions, but it's not if you want to grow.
Have you changed platform multiple times?
We have changed 3 times. 3 times.
Is the platform perfect now? I mean, everybody knows that when you change your platform, it will be perfect afterwards, or?
Never. It will always take time.
Yeah.
You need to have some tålamod.
Patience.
Patience, yes. And step by step, you will fix it. But today we have a platform for 3 different countries. I think in 2 years we will be in all Scandinavian countries. But now we have found a good supplier. We have 2 developers that working only for us. And now me and understand how the e-commerce works, how you can talk to the developers. So yeah.
10 years later, you understand.
15.
15 years later, that's good, that's good. Was there a moment when you realized, wow, okay, this will actually, I mean, it's because it sounds like you started very small, like a traditional tire change shop or a store, and then you went online. When did you realize, oh wait, this actually is a business, or this actually grows as a business?
When we start Däckline, we buy about 2 containers. That was our first order. And 2 containers for us that time was a big money. But we sold out about 3 months. We have sold out all the products. 1 year later, you start to see your brand on the parking lines. And the small retailers start to call you and ask if they can be resellers. That was one of the moments, and the numbers was going up. So yeah, that was one of the biggest moments.
Mm-hmm. So then you felt like, oh wait, here's actually something like
yes.
people are. But you said you also have multiple brands. So you have like the Deck store, but you also have your own tires now.
No,
or
wheels.
Only wheels. Sorry, wheels. Sorry, I don't have a car. So how come you did that? Why did you do that? And when in the journey do you make decisions like that?
So when Däckline kicks everybody out, we couldn't fight with them with the tires because they was too big. And we want to find something else in the same industry because we was in the market a couple of years. And for the wheel brands, nobody have like stylish, nice wheels in Sweden. If you check the big wholesalers, they are focused on like traditional wheels, boring wheels, not so stylish, and the market have a big gap there. So we want to make stylish wheels with good prices that people can actually buy for normal cars. You don't need to have a Lamborghini or Ferrari to have nice wheels. You can even have it for Tesla or Volvo. That was our goal.
Is that hard? Is it hard to start that business and that brand, or was it like we just did it and then it worked?
Of course, you make some small mistakes in the journey, but you need to actually do it. You don't need to. If you start to think maybe this and maybe that, you will never do anything. So just do it.
I mean, I'm around a lot of e-commerce companies, and this kind of moving to another product or or maybe starting your own product in one way or another is often something which a lot of people in e-commerce think about. When is a good timing? Do you think did you start the wheels too early? Should you have waited longer, or should you have done it actually already earlier? Like, is it, looking back at it, what would you say?
Of course, I will start earlier because then you will be bigger in the market.
Yeah.
Today we have about 1 big competitors, that is ABS Wheels. He started like 7-8 years before us. So of course, if I could start earlier, I will do that. But yeah, we are still fighting.
Yeah. Your business is both e-commerce but also retail, because you still have a place physically where people can go.
Yes.
How do you balance like the physical retail and the digital retail? What is prioritized? Can you prioritize different things?
Like for our brand, we focus to found products to the cars that is a lot in the market. Like for Renault Kangoo or that kind of cars, we use the retailers. And we have a lot of them because if you're going to have all the brands by yourself, you will end up with a huge warehouse. So we focus to find the products for our market, the biggest car.
But I mean, how do you how many people are working for you? I mean, how is that division between how many of your people are working with the e-commerce site and how many people are working with like service for customers or like physically meeting people?
In the high season, we are about 35 people. In the e-commerce, there are about 8. And then we have a tire shop. and Deck Hotel. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And the warehouse. So yeah, they are split it.
But usually when you have split businesses, it's easy that you have different focus on them. Like that one of them requires more attention or should have more attention. How do you balance those different areas?
It's very hard, but I think everybody take responsibility on each spot. You always have one person that is guiding the rest of the guys. Even when it's coming new people on the team, they're always with somebody else to teach them up to be near of them so they can learn fast.
Yeah, I can totally understand that's always a challenge how to do that good. But okay, so you're selling a lot of different products and you have different ways of selling different products in that sense. But when you how do you broaden your product categories? Like if you take in new brands or if you develop your own products, like how do you do that? How do you decide which container to buy and not to buy and stuff like that?
Yeah, we look a lot of the data we have. We check what we have did from the past and what have been really good for us. We look a lot for the US market because they are fun for us.
Yeah, so what happens there will come here usually.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we always check what is the most Google wheels on each country. Have somebody did something similar? Is something new there that is not trendy here? And we check always the social media, very close to our customers. When we decide to make something, we can make 3-4 different drawings and show that to the customers and ask them, do you like this or that? Just to have some opinions. And after that, we decide which model we will make.
Is that usually easy to see? Is it like if you show them 3 different drawings, do you actually get good feedback, or is it like, okay, they like everything, or they don't like any of them? Like how easy is that to make decisions on?
You cannot just do it because of this data. You make multiple things and then, you grown everything together and then you do it. But sometimes you can put a drawing, you have 100 people that like the green one and not the blue one. Yeah, of course, you will do the green one. But if it's 50-50, maybe you can do both or do something else, make one more.
Have you launched a product or have you tried something which didn't work, where you're like, this should work, and then afterwards you realized, how did we think? We were so stupid, now we're so smart.
Yeah.
Give me some examples.
Yeah, of course. It was from the beginning. You like something, but it doesn't mean the customers need to like it. You have some special style, you have maybe some car that you like. From the beginning, yes, we did it with 2 models. I liked them really much, but the people didn't like them. So it's good.
Do you still have them in the warehouse?
No.
Okay.
And that is one thing. If something is not going good, drop the price, sell it out fast, so you don't lose spaces in the warehouse and build the capital.
Yeah, allocate capital. Yeah. How does that feel? I mean, do you feel like it's why are the customers so stupid? Why don't they understand that this is so much better looking? Or can you just say, yeah, okay, I was wrong? How do you accept that?
You need to learn of every mistake you make. So each time we are making any mistake, it's good because you need to learn about it. After that, we know how to launch each product to be succeeded. Like we have one of our models is the most Googled model in Sweden right now. So step by step, you will learn how to do better and better.
So lots of testing.
100%.
Yeah, and also embracing that testing means you are most likely wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. When it comes, launching products, of course, that's something very important and difficult to do. But you also mentioned you are in different markets.
Yes.
I guess launching in new markets is also something which is difficult. And sounds very easy. Can you tell me a little bit? So how is it to launch outside Sweden? And what are some lessons learned from that?
Yeah, we start first to launch in Denmark because that was like very nearby, and we think the Danish customers think like us, but it's not like that.
They're wrong.
Totally wrong. Like the customers in Denmark are more. They want simple things, easy to clean. Not like the Swedish customers, more stylish and so on. Even the cars in Denmark, it's much more expensive than the Swedish cars because they have a lot of taxes and so on. But you know, Denmark is nearby, so all the wheels we are selling to Denmark is like very easy customers, easy wheels, like 5 spokes. They just need to work, not like the Swedish market. But yeah, it's being good in Denmark. The Finnish market, we start for 5 weeks ago. Totally different.
How is that?
They are more happy. They have like another style for cars. The Danish customers, what we see, they don't style the car, like changing the tires and wheels and make some...
it just should work.
It just should work. The Finnish customers, it's totally the opposite. It's like the Swedish one, to be honest. Yeah.
And how have you adjusted to that? I mean, and when did you realize it doesn't work like we wanted to do, and when did you realize what you actually should sell, for example, in Denmark?
We have just been in the Danish market since September. And when you start to do the Google ads, you see which products are selling good and which product is not selling. And then you remove the other products and try to focus to the products that is the good seller for the Danish market.
So it's mostly like as before, it's testing.
Yes.
You test, you think this sells, doesn't sell, okay, remove it, make more ads on this one, stuff like that.
Yep.
Have you redesigned your web page on the Danish market, like what it displays and so, or is that still fairly similar to the different markets?
No, it's like similar, but yeah, it's totally similar. But the products is it's another product for the Danish customers. It's not like the Swedish or Finnish one.
When it comes to growing a company, of course, one of the things is to hire good people. And you mentioned already that you have also like a little bit of a seasonal based business. How is hiring people and finding good people to work with? How do you handle that?
Yeah, you need to have found people with good attitude to be driven. Skills can always be learned, but mindset is always the key. So yeah, that is always we try to find good people to work with and learn them to really have them a long time in the company.
Is there a difference between hiring, for example, for the e-commerce team versus hiring? Like, is that the same even in the e-commerce team? It's attitude, or is there more skill, or is it
same?
Same on both. How do you build a culture in your company when you have a lot of seasonal workers? Because I guess that also affects a little bit that it's like a different place to work at different times of the year.
You know, I believe people should work with us, not for us. It needs to be open community, and everybody should work together. I try to be in all spots once a week and just to try to understand the guys. Do they need something? Can we do something better? Can we work easier in something? Do we need to change some machines or anything to the work going smooth? All the steps.
I mean, I've also myself experienced with having lots of people employed in the service industry, for example, where we have people who work for you for a while and then they quit and then you have new people coming in. I see in that industry there's usually a tendency to start micromanage, to like, okay, this is the 5th year we have temporary workers. You start, here's the list, just do whatever exactly on this list and everything will be fine. Yeah. How do you handle that? Is it like, is your culture very instructive in that sense, or are you still allowing them to explore or to come with suggestions?
They can always come with suggestions, but they always work with the older guy, because if they are changing tires or whatever, it's like safety. So they can always come with suggestions after and said like, we can do this to be faster or whatever. but they have some routines that they need to follow.
How have you changed as a leader? I mean, it's probably very different to when you started and to now. Like, what would you say you have changed in your leadership style?
To always be curious, ask many questions, try to understand why we do something and how we do it, to do it better next time. Even if it's another business, the best ideas is not always in your own business. Yeah.
Are you open to outside advice as well, you mean?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Have you had anything in the plans before which you wanted to do but you never did? You know, like another brand to launch or another country to launch, which was like, yeah, this is something we should do, but you haven't. You never did it, or you never felt you should do it.
No, we have a big plan.
Yeah.
Like we do it step by step. It will take time, of course, but no, we have a long strategy, and in a couple of years, I think we will be the leading platform for tires and wheel business. But yes, give us a couple of years.
Yeah. So what's next? What's next in your plan? What will be the next? What will happen the next couple of years?
We will split the company, I think. The Däckline will focus on end consumers and e-commerce. Avalon and Imad's Wheels and AP42 will focus to B2B customers, and maybe to have some new brands in that too.
Has that process already started, or is it more like you want to do it, and you feel that it will be better?
It will be better. It will take some time because we have been in a new place for 3 years now, and it's already too small. So I think the next step, when we go to the new place, we will launch the new plan.
What do you see that the splitting this up, for example? Do you see that that's important for the long-term growth, because it's hard to prioritize between the different objectives of the different audiences, or what you would like to say?
I think to split the teams and everybody need to focus on each things. It will help us a lot, because today we are a big team, but if you put somebody on each spot, it will be much better for us.
One thing, of course, which is been quite important for the last couple of years is sustainability. How is sustainability in this field? Because, I mean, you work, I guess, with rubber, with metal, like you work with products which are not that sustainable at its core.
Yes.
Do you see something with that? Do you see that this field is also moving in a more sustainable way, or what happens there?
Like in wheels, you have 3 different methods to do the wheels. You think about it?
Casting.
Yeah, thank you. Casting,
Yeah.
and you have flow forming, and then you have forge. That is like one CNC machine that is, doing one part of wheel. We have changed about 80% of our wheels is only flow forming now, and that is doing more waste of material. All our resellers, we try to do the drop shipping for them. So yeah, step by step.
Yeah. I'm a little bit biased maybe, but I think, is your customer environmental conscious, or they don't really? Is it more something you do because you feel it's good to do, or is it that you also feel that your customers care about this?
Of course, some customers is caring about it, but I don't think it's a main thing for them. If they're gonna buy a wheel, they will focus on sustainability.
Yeah, that's more important for them. Yeah. I can totally understand that. That's a hard challenge in a lot of e-commerce, that like even if you want to be more sustainable, it's not always necessary that your customer is in that field. Okay, so just kind of a little bit on the end notes. We've talked a little bit already about lots of lessons you've learned, or things that didn't turn out, but I want to hear some more. Can you share some more challenge? Like what went wrong, or what could have went better?
Like one of the first models we launched, the painting was not so good because the requirement specification wasn't so good.
Somebody didn't do the perfect order.
Yes. It was me, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. You know, when you try to talk to the Chinese people from the beginning, if you tell them you will have a T-shirt, you will end up with a piece of fabric. You need to be really specific and go through all the steps one by one. And after that, we have do a really good requirement specification. And each time we go through it, each order we go through it, just to be 100% sure.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine.
Jag tror jag stängde av det.
I can definitely. Yes. Okay, that's interesting. So that's a hard way to learn. Like, okay, you need to have. So what was wrong with it? You mentioned it's just the color.
Painting. Yeah, the painting wasn't so good. So we sold them very cheap for the customer and explained the painting line was not so good for these wheels and dropped the prices. You need to be very transparent for the customer and explain for them.
I want to have one more story.
I don't think I have one more.
Okay, that's okay. we ask you afterwards for that. If you would start again, or if you would start a new business now, what would your advice be? Like, how would you think differently if you would start something new now?
100% I will not have the store.
Okay.
Only the e-commerce, to be honest.
Yes.
Yes. Like in the high season, I told you we was about 35 people. It's about 10 people in the e-commerce, and there is like 80% of the revenue. So the rest of the people is working on the shop for the deck hotel and the rest of the things. So 100% I will not have a shop.
Is it because it's just too much headache compared to the revenue? So.
It's too much headache, but you can scale up with the e-commerce very fast. You can learn them very fast. You don't need to like hire the car and all that kind of things. You need to, mounting, balancing. You put each one on each spot, and they will learn it about a couple of hours or weeks. But for changing tires on the car, you need to have some experience for that.
Very interesting. What habits or mindset have helped you during your growth? Like, how have you? What do you think you do that you realize, wow, this is actually quite smart that I think this way or that I have this attitude to things?
Yeah, like I said before, I'm always curious. So if I'm in a restaurant or IKEA or whatever, I'm always looking and try to find something I can put in my own business. It doesn't matter what it is. Why are they doing this way and how are they doing it? That is one of the habits I have.
How do you stay curious?
Like we was in IKEA a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm buying a kitchen to fix the home. And when you go and you put your receipt, and then you have a TV, they tell you when you go out, and you can take the products and so on. Of course, we can do it in our business. And today we don't have it, but for sure we will do it.
So you're like always searching for inspiration in that.
Yes.
Sense. You're like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Yeah. But is this curiosity just something you've always had, or do you think it's something which people can grow? You know, like can you become more curious if you look at your surroundings in different ways?
Of course, if you look around you, everybody is doing it in their own way. If you can do it and adapt it to your own business, you will always be one step in front.
Nice. Thank you. With this, this fireside chat. Oh wait, okay. We have a question. We have a question.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay,
Question.
I'll try it without the microphone.
Yeah.
I found it interesting that you say that you would skip the store. But is it there where you learn and you see the possibilities, and then the e-commerce is just a channel for that part?
Good question.
Would you been able to do the e-commerce side without the stores?
Yeah. How important are the stores for customer insights?
You know, if you're talking about the deck hotel, of course the learning was from the store from the beginning, but I'm quite sure we will be able to do it without to have the store, because it's a lot of stores in full Sweden, in 6 months, we will be connected on all the stores that will do the job for us instead. So if you are in Stockholm and it's 10 stores there, we will contact them and let them do the job for us instead to do it. Instead to have employees and so on. And even the customers can change the tire in each city instead to have 100 stores and whatever. So that is one of the plans.
More question?
How about like the branding? Because you have like, I've looked at your website and I've been in your store, of course, and it's like very black and red, and the website is also that, and it feels like you should work with your brand.
Yes.
And isn't the store also important for like the branding to have like a showroom or?
How important is the store for the branding of the company? Very good question.
I will not lie about it, but the customers always want to feel the product, see it. All the weekends we are full booked because customers driving from Gothenburg and want to see the products in front of the car to see should I have the yellow or the blue wheel on my car. But I think in the future you will have a lot of tools so you can see the products more live. Each car that we put the wheels on, we try to take pictures, videos, and just put them on social media so the customers can have some feeling about it, how it's look. That is like the hard thing for us, because you want to buy some tires and wheels for 15,000 crowns. You want to see it and you want to know how it's look on your car.
So you would say, for the branding perspective, having the stores is of course helpful.
100%.
But you would still say maybe not worth it anyway, in that sense.
No.
No. Interesting. Okay, one more question. We have that. Yeah.
You mentioned that you changed e-commerce platform 3 times. Can you give some insights on what platform you started on, what you moved to, and where you are now?
So what platforms did you have, and how did changing your platform go?
The first one we buy it actually from other tire store. It wasn't so good. They was built by themselves. The second 2 we build them. The last one we have by today. It's not like we have built it from the scratch, because the reg search is a little bit complicated. You cannot just put Shopify or something like that, because you need to build this reg search through different steps. You need to put the registration number. You have an API through Transportstyrelsen. It needs to tell you which car, and then this car have. You need to know what fit this car. It's a Volvo, it's a BMW. What kind of wheels, what kind of tires, and so on. So yeah, you need to build it by yourself. This kind of business, but I'm 100% sure if you would sell T-shirts or something else, it's 100 of other solutions.
Yeah.
That is much easier.
Yeah, very interesting. Good. With that, you're still here for a while, so
Yes.
that we say thank you to Imad and big applause.
Thank you. Tack.